Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. For a start, that's the latest Audi flagship. I quite like that design, but I don't like that colour. It just doesn't suit that type of car. Anyway, as you know, the US birth rate has been in decline for several years, and now that's starting to have dramatic effect on the US education system. Because looking around, I found this. As you can see, it's a site called Parthenon. And this was done on 6th of January this year. The US public pre-K-12 school system has seen a 2.6% decline in enrollment since 2020. Where have all the students gone? Well, it's just a general thing, but if you drop down, you get to by the states. So those of you who are over in America, as Americans, if you look at the map, and you can see where your state is and the decline in student population in your local school system. Now there's Colorado, New Mexico. Yeah, I think that's Colorado. This article is just a lot of yada yada about how they're going to do it, and if you drop down to the summary, the answer to the question where have all the students gone is a complicated one. No, it's not. Women are just being too picky and they only want children with Chad or his brother Tyrone. But one thing is clear, minus 25% of the lost students over 2020 to 2022 are not coming back. This means that states, districts and companies that serve them will soon need to grapple with the impact of this new environment, one where innovation, transparency and results will become ever more important. How about refining the divorce laws and the female-friendly family courts to get women not to be so picky in who they're gonna go with as a wife and mother. But anyway, as I said, that's Colorado. Now, I found this. It's the Colorado Sun. This was dated January 18th. More school closures could be coming as Colorado's birth rate continues to drop. 94 of Colorado's 178 school districts are experiencing dips in enrollment this school year. Then it just tells you about it. The state saw a 0.37 decrease in enrollment last fall compared to 2021. With a total enrollment decrease of 3,253 children. And then down, sharpest enrollment declines include kindergarten and middle schools, wherever a middle school is. Colorado total 4,506 fewer middle school schoolers this year than last year, a decrease of more than 2%. The number of kindergartens in the state dropped by 2,373 children, nearly a 4% drop. Evidence pointing to the toll that fewer births are taking on schools, said Brian S. Batcher, a Denver-based independent education consultant who previously served as Education Director of Planning and Enrollment for Denver Public Schools. And the school system is the first institution to feel the ripple effects of fewer children being born. I would say the school system is the first institution to feel the ripple effects of the MGTOW effect. And then, considering low birth rates stretching back to 2017, it is likely that kindergarten enrollment will continue to decline, which will then put additional pressure on the overall K-12 system in future years as fewer students are entering and matriculating through the school system. Now that's Colorado. I found this is The Guardian, a British leftist newspaper. Enrollment in US schools hasn't bounced back since the pandemic. Data shows this was done on 10th of May this year. And it says yada yada, but if you drop down, it says change in enrollment in the 10th largest US school districts. New York has seen the biggest drop by 20%, then Chicago, then Houston, Clark County, wherever that is, Broward County, wherever that is, Los Angeles, Miami, Palm Beach, but Orange County is 0, and Hillsborough, wherever that is in America, are seeing a plus 2% enrollment. And then, since last year, enrollment has declined 2.5% in Chicago, 2.4% in Houston, 2% in Nevada's Clark County, and New York and Los Angeles saw drops of just under 2%. Then the Hillsborough County District in Florida, which includes Tampa and Gwinnett County School District near Atlanta, that being Georgia, are the only two large districts where enrollment now exceeds pre-pandemic levels. I would imagine that's had a lot of South Americans settling in there after they cross the border. Whoops. What you do that for, you daft bugger? Get rid of that. Ah, you dozy sod. What do you do that for? In California, I've seen a whopping 5% drop in student population since 2020. The enrollment has declined has slowed according to statewide data. But the downward slope in birth rates and exodus of parents from high-priced areas have left district and charter leaders with limited options. Then it goes on about California. To back that up, I found this. Public Policy Institute of California. It's done 26th of January this year. California's plunging birth rates. And then it goes down. Remember, second wave feminism, third wave feminism. No, third wave feminism, fourth wave feminism. From fourth wave feminism, people that were teenagers there in second wave feminism, they became adults, had children, and third wave feminism hit and then down. Remember, MGTOW started here and it started to really impact here. So there's the MGTOW effect. And then birth rates have declined across the country. They pick the state that you reside in. Colorado, again, 1.48. California, 1.52. South Dakota. Something about South Dakota, they have a high birth rate. Maine, that's where I would go if I was going to be an American. And it's just more yada yada. Birth rates have declined sharply amongst young women. There you go. The peak was 34 post-war women, baby rabies, then a sharp decline. And let's have a look at that. California's population. 1 in 8 residents live in California. Damn, look at that drop. Minus 398,795 Americans have had enough of California. Anyway, you can look at that later. Actually, California experiences the same as Colorado. Now, this will all have an impact across America as a whole per se, because I found this on Desert News, how a declining birth rate could impact every American. Teen birth rates hit historic lows, birth rates overall well below replacement level according to Provisional Center of Disease Control data. And then it goes down about it. There's Trump. He looks totally pissed off. And so would I be. The witch hunt that's gone against him. Hope he wins the election. That'll put the cat amongst the pigeons. And then Sorry about that. Babies are born... Whoops. The babies are born today are the future school children and future adults, the future senators, and a lot of work I do is around helping governments plan for population change, said Beth Jarosky, Program Director of US Programs and Director of Kids Data at the Population Research Bureau. But she doesn't address the elephant in the room, which is women being picky about the guys that they want to settle down with and have children with, because all they want, the most of them, is Tyrone or his brother Chad. As why fertility trend is down, experts say they have theories, not proof, but there are compelling ideas about why people are delaying not having children. Well, if you look on any of these MGTOW YouTube channels, you'll find out the reason. Better Bachelor, Company of Kings, the Man Trends, and all the rest of them. That'll show you why. There are a ton of issues going on. Things people are talking about as social economic issues and problems, such as the inability to find housing, the inability to find affordable housing, the increasing cost of daycare, etc. But they don't address the real reason. The US population is shrinking over time, demographics say. Total fertility rate is 2.1 births per thousand, we all know that. Why falling rates is bad news. Marital age and race. About careers, even worse state. And so on. The Brookings Report, with one of the major US government think tanks, they're also getting seriously worried. This was done May 23rd, 2023. US births are down again after the COVID baby bust and rebound. And it said more or less what the other articles have said. If you drop down, births continue long-term decline. About graphs, the dates, and more yada yada. Changing migration patterns offer sequent rebound. While births continue above levels predicted to pre-pandemic, they are still below pre-pandemic levels. Yeah. They don't understand the reason why, the main reason, and what a flat US birth rate could mean for the America's future. Experts say fewer births negatively impacts home sales, workforce and economy. And then she notes that the nose down in trend and fertility since 2008 recession. That was when MGTOW sort of kicked off. Said that in 2020 during the pandemic, fertility hit the lowest point in the United States. It's not surprising that since we've seen a little rise, it's not surprising we're back on the track of steady decline. And then it calls for concern, not forming families. I think I'm on the 10-minute mark now, probably beyond it, so I'll just finish off. Not just America that's panicking. Italy, low fertility trap, while in Italy's falling birth rate is causing alarm. This, as you can see, is CNN News. This was done on May 17th this year. The Italian government, if I can find it, here we go. The government thinks $10,800 is enough to have a child, but the incentives are temporary. A child lasts forever, says this lady. She says the idea of having more than one child, if she has one at all, feels impossible. It's all boiling down to the MGTOW effect, combined with women being picky, and you get empty school desks and school closures across America, including Colorado. The American school system hasn't bounced back. In California, they've got a plunging birth rate, and the declining birth rate could impact every American. So nobody's addressing the real cause of it all, which is women and their unrealistic expectations and the shopping list of things that they want a guy. But this is going to have even bigger impact the more MGTOW increases across America, till you see a birth rate in America similar to South Korea, and then things will really go downhill. I think I'm over the 10-minute mark now, so I'll have to wrap it up. You know the routine, people. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Completely up to you. I'll naturally put all these links below so you can have a read them yourself. So until Monday, next Monday, that's it for this one. Bye-bye.